Alright everyone, SlimmBob here. Time for another review. This time a film. Another film actually. Wait a minute. Yes. Time for another film review. Right? And, alright. As you may know, the Harry Potter franchise is coming to an end soon. They decided to divide the last book into two films. And I saw that film, so this review is of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. And if you remember, I reviewed, what were it called now? That's not good, is it? Half-Blood Prince, that's the one. I reviewed Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince last year. Oh, wait, last year? Or this year? Some year. When it came out in cinema, I reviewed it anyway. And I liked it, I thought it was good. I haven't read the books, but I like what they do. I think they're very consistent films, Harry Potter's. But I really liked it. I thought they tried to implement a lot more adult humour, because obviously their audience is growing up. And it's a bit like what happened in Toy Story 3, where the audience wasn't the kids, but the people who've grown up with it. And that's what it did. It stuck with their audience and it was good. Very consistent films. And this one, Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's good. It's a good film. I don't get people's complaints. You know, people have read books and say, oh well, they butchered it. You haven't seen Cirque du Freak, have you? You people who say that they butchered Harry Potter, you have not fucking seen Cirque du Freak. Just as a film, how many people do you know, seriously, that have seen Cirque du Freak, and even if they've not read the books, and said, oh, that's a good film? No one. No one. Alright, there are some people that liked it, but you know what I mean? It's a lot less people than with Harry Potter's. The Harry Potters are well made. They're very entertaining. You don't have to have read the books. And the people that have read the books, they need to get into their head. It's not the books. You have to adapt them. You can't just copy book. The book's a different medium completely. You can't just copy it. You have to adapt it and change it and make it suitable for that medium. And they've done that really well, because I've followed the story. I don't feel as though I'm missing any story when I watch it. That's what's so good about it. This film's really, it's pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's on the same level as the others. So, as a series, it's fantastic, Harry Potter. It really is. A lot of people just dismiss it. And I think they're a bit harsh, because, you know, if you watch them one after the other, really, the way it builds the characters and everything, really well done. The world itself, how the primary focus at the beginning is just introducing you to that world, and now it's got to a point where that world, you just take everything for granted, everything that's happening. You don't question any of it. It just happens, and now they're telling a great story, and that's what I like about it. They've set up the world, now they can do what the fuck they want with it. That's wonderful stuff, that. But yeah, so what's the story in Deathly Hallows Part 1? Well, it follows, basically, Tom Voldemort's back in it, and he's got his minions helping him. Like, obviously Dumbledore's dead, and what it is, it's basically Harry's quest to find the, what are they? I don't know what they're called. Shit, see, I need to watch it again. There's these, stone things, and he has to destroy them to stop Voldemort from getting his power. And yeah, that's the story. It needs to, I don't want to spoil it because a lot of stuff happens in it, but basically it's Voldemort and Harry Potter are fighting against each other to find these stones. Like, Voldemort needs a wand. Voldemort's quest is to get a wand to defeat Harry, because at the moment he hasn't got a wand. And the Deathly Hallows, it turns out, is like 3 items. If I'm right, it's a wand, which is obviously what Voldemort wants. It's the cloak, the invisible cloak. It doesn't say it, but it's got to be the one that Harry uses, surely. It's got to be that invisible cloak. And what other one? I can't remember. My God, I need to watch this again. The thing is, this is a problem. I can't remember. It crams a hell of a lot in. I can see why they divided it into two films, because just one sitting, I don't think I've understood it properly, this film. It's a bit like Inception, that would, except not as like a mindfuck. It's not a mindfuck, it's just a hell of a lot to take in. And I hadn't seen the others like in ages, so I was trying to, like, as characters were being introduced, I was saying, oh wait, is that which teacher's that? I couldn't remember who they were, so I don't know. I need to see it again. But the point is, it does. When you watch it, it makes sense, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. Like ever, the effects are very good, which I think's a huge thing. I know that's kind of bad to say that, but when you got to create a world, you have to have, the effects have to be impeccable, and it really does succeed, Harry Potter. It's really good. But yeah, presentation's very good, as always. But yeah, the story's good. I just can't remember it properly. I know that's kind of bad, but it makes sense when you watch it. Another thing, it does end in a really good place. I don't know if it's... See, I haven't read books, so I don't know if they could have ended it in a better place, but as far as I'm concerned, they ended it in a really good place. The only thing, right, I heard for months... In fact, I heard this when I watched, what do you call it, Half-Blood Prince. When I watched that, people said, oh, main character dies. I'm like, what? And so I'm like, oh, Ron and Hermione, they're gonna die. Turns out, none of them died in Half-Blood Prince. And I'm like, oh, great, warm me up. And I'm not going to say who, but one of the characters dies in the end of this film. And, well, it's not really a spoiler, everyone knows. I'm not going to say who, because, you know, see, I knew somebody fucking spoiled it for me. And it kind of, I weren't bothered though. You know, when the character died, I thought it'd be more of a main character, but I don't know if that's just me, but because a lot of people got very upset when this character died, but I weren't very bothered. To me, they weren't an integral part of the story, so I don't know. It's hard to explain. Harry Potter's one of those things. It's, well, to start off with, it's the most successful film franchise ever, which it deserves. Does it deserve it? I think it does. The amount of love that goes into these films, the amount of people that it's entertained over years, the amount of childhoods that it's been a part of, it deserves its status as one of the best, you know, most successful franchise. So, you know what, it is a confusing film. That's the only thing. Because I ain't read the books, I don't understand some of it. Well, I would if I watched it again. I need to watch it again. I need to fully understand it. So, because I'm going to get 3 stars, 3 fingers. I mean, there are bits where, like, I don't know about you, if you've seen it, but you know, and it's one of them films that makes your arse numb completely. Well, the thing is, there's so much to cram in, but it would benefit from being shorter. But then they end up making 3 films, and it's a tough one, it's a tough one. Another thing which surprises me, I swear to fucking God it was supposed to be 3D, this film. But there's literally no 3D showings at all at Cineworld, and that, I have never known that. I swear to God they said it was 3D, this film. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear it was 3D, but there are no 3D showings. They're even showing some, because it's obviously that popular, some of the showings are in the 3D screens, but they're not showing it in 3D, and I don't understand. I really don't understand that. But yeah, that might just be me. That might just be me. It might not supposed to be in 3D. That might just be me making it up, because everything else is usually in 3D. So, but yeah, anyway, go and see it. If you're a fan of Harry Potter, if you haven't watched the others, you need to watch the others first. If not, if you have seen the others, or if you've read the books, then if you've read the books, you've probably already seen it, but yeah, if you've seen the others, go and see it. It's really is a good ride. It ends on a bit where you can't wait to see what's going to happen next. It's good. Anyway, it's a decent film. It's just the same old quality Harry Potter as always. Slightly darker. There's one scene at all which really impressed me. I mean, like, there's a bit at the beginning of the film where Voldemort and his minions like have a meeting in this room, and there's two bits that really creep me in a way. The first was they have this woman in the back. She's been tortured and she's like hanging. She's like floating and her neck's bent back and she looks like she's been beaten up and she can't talk properly. And just, do you know what I mean? It looks, the makeup itself looks, it looks kind of gritty, but it's not what you'd expect in a Harry Potter film. Just to see that, because normally I thought Voldemort would be painted as this like comic book villain, but at that bit it's like he's actually kind of an evil bastard. And then there's a bit involving, like, you know Malfoy's dad, right? Because he wants a new wand, doesn't he, Voldemort? So he takes his wand. Sorry about the spoilers, by the way, but I love this bit where you can see he asks for his wand and the fear in his eyes, and he gets his wand and he snaps it in half, and you can see the pain in his eyes at having his wand snapped. And then it's clearly, he's had it for years, he loves that wand and it's just been snapped and discarded as if it's a piece of shit, and you can see the pain and the fury in his eyes. He cannot do anything because he's so scared. And that one scene, was really powerful to me, and that took it a step further. Rest of the films, Harry Potter. That one scene really impressed me. It's worth seeing. Well, yeah, if you've, like I said before, if you've seen the other films and you definitely go and see this, you'll enjoy it. You'll really enjoy it, and it's worth seeing for that scene. So yeah, just enjoy that scene. I loved it. But yeah, anyway, let's hope the finale's right good, eh? I'm sure it will. But yeah, he's hoping. Anyway, this is SlimmBob. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.